Hello everyone, this is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
For over 2 decades, we focused on one philosophy, the 10 life values, a system that helps us examine our lives, our vision, our leadership. Our products and our services are exclusively for men, all men. The ones who teach and mentor our kids, maintain our livestock and grow our food, make and repair our products, saves us from catastrophe, and protect our nation. The 10 life values are woven into every product and service we create. Because at the end of the day, our vision is to see all men from every community equipped with the appropriate processes and the necessary tools to be excellent fathers and the best version of themselves they can be.
Hey, my Crimsonites. How we doing? How's my Crimsonites today? We doing good. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Who we got? We got Father's Time. We got Dr. Michelle. We got Miss Makita. Assalamu alaikum, Miss Makita. And Sister Isada. Assalamu alaikum. Miss Audrey. The Tea Experience. I know I'm late, y'all. I'm sorry. I really do apologize for that. Because I try to cram so much stuff in between when I get home from driving and the show. So I really thank y'all for being like super, super supportive and forgiving of me. Hey Bishop, hey Blessed One, hey Miss Kalila, hey Evo Salsa, how you doing? I used to could get here 3 on the dot and it's like, hey Third War, how you doing? So this is not a shirt. This is a super duper, extra super comfortable dress is what this is. With pockets. I got a dress with pockets. Yay, pockets! Because they do not put pockets on women's clothing. Let me tell you. They do not put pockets on women's clothing. Hey, Ebo. Thank you. Said form a line. Hit the link. Thumbs up, please. Hit the like button, please. Hey, Kishasa. YouTube do need to knock it off. That's why I post it everywhere. I try to post it on all my social media. Thank you, MLR, for the cash out. I try to post it. So, for my little pre-game chit-chat, I do believe that I found keto-friendly tortillas. Yay for tortillas! I do believe that I found some tortillas at Whole Foods. They had almond flour tortillas. And they're pretty good. They're sturdy. They're thin. And they're only like 6 net carbs per tortilla. And I ate 2. The ingredients are pretty simple. Almond flour. I think it had a little cassava flour in it, a little bit. Little xanthan gum, no sweetener. You know, and that was it. No grain, no wheat. Because wheat is inflammatory. Like, I feel wheat. When I eat, like, anything with wheat, I feel it. All in the midsection. I'll be like, okay, knock that off. Right? And so, I do not be feeling the wheat. That's why I don't really eat the Mission brand carb balance, because it's still wheat and they just call themselves putting a whole bunch of fiber on top of it, try to bring down the net carbs. Boop. It don't work like that. Boop. It don't work like that. Okay. Likes, please. I got 56 awesome Crimsonites, and I need 56 likes. That's what I need. So what we talking about today? All black women want to be a pick-me. Okay? We're going to talk about the pick-me's today. It's Miss T Experience. I have rings on, but not on this finger. So, all these women out here that's hollering about pick-me's, all y'all want to be pick-me's. We're going to talk about it. Only problem is you're not qualified. Just not qualified to be a pick-me. And we're going to talk about why you want to be a pick-me and why you can't get picked. Hey, Miss Sherry. Hey, Just J. Okay, it's no problem. T Experience, Crimson Cure, Kendra, whatever you want to say. So, all of you want to be picked. You all want to be a pick-me. You're just not qualified for the position. And I know that you want to be a pick-me because you want to be chosen. You call into certain YouTube channels every day. No matter when the live stream comes on, there's a line of you. Got your hand raised. Me. Wanting to be picked. Every woman wants to be chosen by the desired man. Every woman wants to be chosen by her desired man. You have an idea in your mind about what kind of man you want, what you're attracted to, what you want him to do for you, all of this other stuff. But you can't really find that man, or you do find that man. That's the worst part. You do find that man. Thank you, Suave. You do find that man, but you can't get picked by that man. There's a reason for that. Right? Because when men are looking to get into relationships, they are looking to benefit from the relationship overall. That's number one. You're not willing to give anything that he can benefit from. In the relationship, you feel like all the benefits should come to you. And his only benefit is getting you. Well, I got news for you. You're not a benefit. Not until you prove yourself to be a benefit. Naturally, without any, other circumstances or outside circumstances, women come to men as liabilities. We come to him at cost. Okay? It's going to cost him something. It's going to cost him either time or toll primarily. And we're going to get to the chart. So it's going to cost him primarily time or toll. Okay? You think all the time should be spent with you, none of your time wasted, and you feel like you are entitled to waste his time, and you are entitled to waste his money. You feel at liberty and entitled to also waste his money. To have him spend his hard-earned money on you here and there and everywhere at your discretion whenever you want it, and he's not supposed to have any objections to any of this. So that's number one. You don't want him to have any benefit. Thank you, Mikael. You don't want him to have any benefit out of this relationship. You want to be the one only. So this is one reason why you don't qualify as a pick-me, because a man is looking to get some benefit. And if he can't get that out of you, what reason does he have to choose you to be a wife? Because you don't not have the qualifications of being a wife. Wives are helpers, helpmeets to their husbands. That means that he is deriving some benefit out of having this woman around. She already comes at cost. So she's going to have to redeem that. She's going to have to make that up somehow. And the reality is, it's actually simple to make it up. All you have to do is be genuine as a woman. That's all you got to do. Come to him genuinely. If you're not feeling him, don't be taking it all the way to the hilt, but you don't want to commit. He trying to choose you and you rejecting it. Yet you want to still be in the relationship. Yet you want to still derive some type of benefit from him. Because what kills me is an example of that is women will be with a man. He will propose to her. She'll reject the proposal and still think they supposed to be in a relationship after that. Boop. I have never understood continuing a relationship after a rejected proposal. I have never understood that. How do you continue a relationship after you get to the point of dating? Is to get to the proposal and the marriage. So if I've been with you X amount of time, I've spent toll. I call myself assessing your trouble and your threat. And I've decided that I want to marry you. But when I popped the question, you was like, how though? You living with me? We act like a married couple? But you don't want to take it to a commitment? She's a runner, she's a track star. She gonna run away when it gets hard. She can't take the pain, she can't get scarred. She hurt anyone that gets involved. Don't want to commit but take it this far. Okay? That's my song, by the way. Track Star by Mooski. That's my song. But anyway, that's what it make you a runner. You got commitment issues. You scared you gonna miss a D. That's what you scared of. That's why you don't want to commit, because you scared you gonna miss a random D somewhere else. But we are going to go really quickly to this chart. Y'all know what I'm about to do. We about that chart life over here. Time, toll, trouble, threat. We're going to go one by one because there is a benefit to each. This is the vetting process, but this doesn't need to be negative, okay? Because when the vetting goes well, that means that the man has actually looked at these 4 areas and found that he has benefit or the strong potential of benefit. So time is connected to procreation, okay? So we're gonna connect these to these. The 4 P's and the 4 T's are connected, okay? So I just want everyone to be up to speed. The 4 P's are, okay, provision, problem solving, protection, and procreation, okay? And they are connected to these. So, time is connected to procreation. A man is spending his time with a woman to get what? Put it in the chat room. What's one reason why he's spending time? Basically, the first reason. Why is he trying to get next to her? Let's talk about it. Why is he trying to get next to her? I wanna get next to you. Why is he trying to get next to her? Procreation. He's trying to smash. Okay? Remember on Friday and Nia Long was running and they was watching her and they was playing that song. I wanna get next to you. Okay? They wasn't talking about sitting next to her on a bus stop. They wasn't talking about standing next to her in a grocery line. They wasn't talking about holding her hands, tiptoeing through the tulips. Okay? They were talking about smashing. Okay? So that's one benefit though. But if he's looking for a relationship, it's gotta go beyond that for him. It's gotta go beyond sex, because that's so run of the mill. That don't qualify you. Your VJ don't qualify you. Because if your VJ qualified you, a whole lot more of you would be married, but you're not. So your VJ does not qualify you. Because when he's deciding to get a wife, when he's deciding to get a wife, there has to be more than your VJ. Now, side note, if you got whack box, okay? Do not listen. I don't know if it's anything you can do about whack box. I don't know if there's whack box therapy anywhere or any type of group, whack box anonymous, WB anonymous that you could go to. Okay, where bad box rehabilitation centers. I don't know. So I don't have no experience in that area. So if there is a whack box anonymous, maybe you need to, stand up. Hello, my name is Gynocracy and I have a whack box. Hey, Gynocracy. Like, I don't know what you got to do, 'cause I don't know nothing about that. most lionesses, contrary to popular belief, we don't know nothing about that. Because it's a lot of thought monkeys with whack boxes. Now, I don't know how you thoughting and bopping with a whack box. I don't know. So that was my sidebar. If you get whack box, I don't know how to get you help, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's surgery. I don't know. But anyway, most lionesses, we don't know about that whack box life. We ain't never lived that life. That's in the elephant graveyard. And you must never go there, Simba. We must never go there. Okay? Lionesses must never go there. We don't know. Okay? All right. So that's my sidebar. Now, he's looking for other things. Let's just say he's with a, well, no, not if he's with a lioness. Because we don't have thought boxes. But anyway, let's just say your box, as a gynocrat, your box is all right. Let's say it's, you know, okay, all right, we getting past that. So then he wants companionship. He wants someone to love and to get love from. He's thinking of family. He's thinking of legacy. These are all things that, shout out to the Book of Ronan, you're going to, as a gynocrat, you are going to commit relationship time card fraud, because the fraudulence happens in the time vetting, in that section, the very first section. Because you got to get your back feet in the door. You got to back up and put your dusty back feet in the door. And you can only do that through relationship time card fraud. Okay? You don't offer good companionship as a gynocrat. You have horrible companionship, actually, because you have bad attitudes. And even when you are trying to fake a good attitude, you as a gynocrat have low running contempt for black men. You have contempt for him. That's one reason why the companionship is not good. Why the connection seems a little stalled, a little forced, a little fake. Because you have low running undercurrent of misandry and contempt for black men. But you can't go nowhere else because you so effed up. You can't go nowhere else. So you got to deal with the men that you have contempt for because Zaddy don't want you. Okay? Han Lee, he don't want you. Senor Gutierrez, he don't want you. Okay, even brother Akil Mumbutu, he don't want you neither. Him. You can't even go back to the motherland to get no man. All right. So you, because you're who you are, you can't go anywhere where you want the desire. You can't go to the other groups of men that you really want. Sidebar, when you swirl and try to get with these other men, y'all become the epitome of pygmies and male identified women. You get to serving. You get to actually literally being barefoot and pregnant. You wear your natural hair. You don't put no makeup on. You don't put no nails on. I'll be like, ooh, girl. You can do a little beauty enhancement, baby. You can enhance a little bit. You know, I know we said we want you natural, but comb it. You know, run a brush through it. Something. Get the likes up, please. Run a brush through it or something. A comb, a pick. You would get right over there to bottom shelf Brad with his little nasty self. You know, a shower to him is jumping in there with the running water. Do one of these numbers on his head and jump out. He ain't hit none of them crotch critters or nothing. And you will get right over there and bed winch and become a bed winching so-called pick-me. Okay? You will get right over there and you will be serving his mama, kowtowing under his daddy, all while they call you a bunch of names. They ain't even doing that much, Ebo. Then they be ugly. Okay, let me not. Because I seen you divestment chicks and what you get. What you go. Y'all laughing at the brothers going get a fat chick. But y'all go get the dumpiest, ugliest, soft body, school shooting boy, and marry him. He don't even be sexy. At least he could be a sexy bottom shelf Brad. Our F-19s at least got good paint jobs on them. They sexy. If one of our brothers is gonna be an F-19, he be sexy with it though. That's how he getting away with being an F-19. He be sexy with it though. You be like, oh my God. Girl, I know he ain't no good, but ooh. Ooh. Y'all, they F-19s is broke down. The paint job bad. It's got all kind of signs on it. Say do not fly, do not ride. And y'all will go over there to them palm color F-19s. They ugly though. If you gonna fly F-19 airlines, at least fly the black one. He look good at least. You just do a disservice all the way around. But anyway, let me get back to it. You're bad companions. They be having man boobs. You see what I'm saying? They be skinny with man boobs. That's like the nastiest thing. How you be skinny fat with man boobs though? And they effeminate. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not really sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all, actually. Because I am not divested. And I don't care what palm-colored boys do. skinny fat with man boobs and they be effeminate. Like, where they masculinity at? They not even masculine. At least black men, even in a chaotic state, they be kind of masculine. You can see some kind of little masculinity up in them. Y'all go over there and get them soft body school shooting boys. And then they be sloppy, dumpy, and no masculinity. They wouldn't know leadership if it kicked them in they swamp butt. You know they have swamp butt. They stay sweaty and just damp. Don't they stay down? Okay. I keep getting sidetracked. Focus. They do be pasty. I'm going to stop reading the chat. That's what I'm going to have to do. You're not good companions. You're not giving him anything to love. Out of the gate, it's a struggle with you. Time is a struggle with you. Out of the gate. These are the benefits that he's looking for that you cannot give up front. These are the benefits that any self-respecting real woman, I'm going to start using that, a real woman, because y'all like to say what a real man will and would not do. So we're going to talk about a real woman. A real woman knows how to come with this stuff from the outset. Be good companionship. He should want to spend time with you because you are pleasant to spend time around. You are pleasant for him to talk to. You are pleasant for him to be in your presence. You are nice and it's not fake. This is how you really are. This is your genuine spirit. This is how you just interact. And he knows it's not fake because it's consistent, not only with him, but everywhere else that you are. It become consistent. He sees that you are friendly in other areas. Thank you, Spook Freeman said, glad you said it, not us. Yeah, I had to say it. I had to do it. It's consistent as you move around. As he watches you interact with other people in different various settings and situations, you are always carrying yourself with friendliness and class and just a general good attitude. You just have general good, vibes and output and energy. Okay? So, when you are doing that, he starts thinking of you in more fond ways, falling in love with you. Because your energy is so good, it's so inviting, that he begins to think of you as wife material. You're potentially a woman that he would want to spend most of his time with. Thank you, Kian. Said, indeed, they love to speak on real men. However, they get in their feelings when anyone speaks on real women. Exactly. But we're going to talk about real women. You have a generally good attitude, which makes you worthy in terms of time. He starts thinking of you as a wife potentially, right? He starts thinking about, that's when he starts thinking about legacy. Maybe I can have children with this woman. Maybe I can build a family with this woman. Maybe I can build things with this woman. Okay? But as a gynocrat, you do not give him these benefits. You detract by having generally bad energy, even when you fake it. I'm going to tell y'all how to spot the fake. Fake femininity shows up a lot of times in the gynocracy as a lot of makeup, unreasonably long nails that are always done, and constant primping and prepping. That is fake. Fake. Boop. Fake. Now, can feminine women primp a little bit? Yes. But a feminine woman already knows that her feminine energy is making her look good. So she ain't gotta every 10 minutes fix her face to make sure she not frowning and mean mugging. Oh, most of them get their money from Jonathan's, Damon. But anyway. Spider eyelashes, yes, yes, yes. But see, not only that, the constant just, everything is just, she can't touch, what is that? This is the same chick that'll go to the grocery store with a bonnet on. Do not believe it. Because if she, I don't even touch that. Just watch it when she don't think nobody looking and see all the stuff she touched. Fake femininity. She always talking about what she has never done and what she don't do. Boop. Lies. I never done that. Girl, bye. Fake femininity. When she ticky like that, but it come with an attitude. I'm not doing that. You ain't gonna get the dough for me. For real? Fake feminine. Real women that are feminine do not have automatic attitudes. Okay? Do not have automatic attitudes. Real women have generally pleasant, and that feminine energy is a positive. We don't have to ask men to be chivalrous. When you're feminine, they automatically do that. They automatically go into protection. They automatically go into provision. They automatically go into all of these, the 4 P's, because they see femininity. They feel the femininity. Okay? See, we just had one in the chat that wants to be picked. You see? Don't come out unless pick me is being talked about. Just not qualified. Bad companionship, all kinds of stuff. So let's move to the second T. Toll. Toll is connected to provision. All right, it's connected to a man's provision. So the benefit that he's trying to get out of that is a return on his financial investments. Okay? The other thing is he's attempting to turn her into an asset. Now, let me explain that part. He's attempting through toll to turn her into an asset. Remember that toll is connected to provision. Provision is not only the financial giving to a woman, but it is also a man's foresight. He is attempting to apply his leadership, his system, order, and structure to a woman to see how she responds to his leadership. Does she begin to become an asset to him underneath his leadership, underneath his system, order, and structure? Does she become a benefit? Does she herself become an asset? That is how he gets a return on the investment. When I say return on investment, I'm not meaning that he's looking to go dollar for dollar with her. No, because that would be putting her in a masculine space. So he's not looking for that. But he is looking for a return on investment. And what that means is that he wants her to become an asset rather than a liability, because we come at cost. Women come at cost. Not only does he invest in his time, he's now invested his money after he has deemed you worthy of his time. So now he's investing his money in you. But as a gynocrat, all you do is take and don't give. That's the main problem with you. You take, but you don't give. You will take his money, but you don't give him anything in return. You do not turn yourself from a liability to an asset for him, because the way in which you do that is you accept his leadership, his system, order, and structure, and then you allow that to submit you. Then you become the asset. But too many of you are afraid of the word submission, and you're afraid of being women. Because this is actually the essence of womanhood. The essence of femininity is our ability and willingness to submit under proper leadership, system, order, and structure. And you can't do that. Right? You're unable to do that. This is why your lack of submission is such a problem, because he can't get over the toll. This is where many of you get stopped. Boop, at the door. Boop, can't get married. Boop, not gonna be chosen. Boop. He'll waste about 2-3 years of your time though. So he trying to get something. He trying to get something out of it. Because you ain't really giving him nothing. Nothing he can hang his hat on. That's why you get 2-3 years of your time wasted. You wasted your own time, really. Wasted your own time. Then you want to holler about, he led me on. No, he did not. No, he did not. He simply stopped at toll. Or you get stopped at trouble. So to go over 1 and 2, time. The benefit that he's looking for is first sex. Y'all will get that up. But he's also looking for companionship, someone to love, family, and legacy. You will give up sex assuming that it's good. But you bad companions because you lack femininity. and he's looking for a feminine companion. He's looking for energy he does not harbor himself. And that's feminine energy. You don't have it either. You just as manly as he is. Okay? Which is why you get stopped at the thought box. Because that's the most feminine thing about you, and he wrestles with that. Can't think of family and legacy with you because he's deeming that you're not really worth that. Toll is the money and the provision that he's trying to give you. So he's giving you money, and he's also attempting to apply his leadership system, order, and structure to you to see if you will become an asset to him in his life. That is how he ensures getting a return of investment. But many of you get stopped at this door because you can't submit to the leadership system, order, and structure. You want the money without the foresight. So many of you get stopped at the door there. Let's move on to trouble. Trouble is connected to problem solving. A man engages in problem solving for a woman in order to see if she will become orderly and peaceful after the troubles are resolved. Okay? So he is engaging in problem solving her trouble to see if she becomes orderly and peaceful after the problems are resolved. Okay? If he resolves your issues, assuming that you have a resolvable amount of issues, he wants to see what you do in the relationship after he solves the problems of you. Now, these are your problems. These are not problems that have cropped up because of the relationship. These are problems that you came with to the relationship, is what I'm talking about. Thank you, my love is divine. Okay? If you are 60 pounds overweight and you say you just need some motivation to get rid of the weight, and let's say as a problem solver, he sees that it's not just the food that's an issue, it is because you have some emotional things that you need to deal with, he's going to start there. He's not going to start with food. As a problem solver, he's going to say, well, you have some emotional things that I think you need to see to. Let's work on those. And if we can work on those, you'll actually lose the weight because the underlying issue that's causing you to eat this way will go away. And if that happens, what kind of woman will you be to me? he only does this when he sees potential. He will not go into this if there's no potential in it. Because it's too taxing for him to do this, to solve your problems that he didn't create, that he didn't have a hand in creating for you. Okay? So this is taxing for him to do. So he considers this before he does this. So as a natural problem solver, he's not going to go for the symptoms. He's going to go to cure you. And the reason why he wants to cure you is because he doesn't want to get with you. You lose the weight, but you don't deal with the underlying issue. And then 3 years later, 5 years later, after he get with you, you're bigger than you were before. He doesn't want that. So he's trying to actually resolve it. If you resist that and say, well, that ain't really the problem, and you do everything that you can to not allow the resolution, this is where you get stopped at the door. Many of you have way too much trouble. You have unresolvable, recurring trouble. He's constantly putting out fires in your life, and you can't seem to keep the fire out. He put them out, and no sooner than he put, all right, well, we got that song. You turn around, wait a minute, that's another fire. Oh, okay, well, come on. Put that out. Put it out. No, it's all right. Go ahead, put it out. Well, what's going on with the fire? Okay. Do we got the water? Do we got the fire extinguisher? I tried to make sure you had the fire extinguisher. You got the fire extinguisher. Is the stove off? Okay. All right. We ain't got nothing else in here that's flammable. All right. We cooking with gas. All right. Here we go. Hey, Miss Danica, how you doing, sweetheart? And thank you. Then he said, turn around, and you got another fire. Okay. Boop. This is why you're getting cut off. Boop, boop, boop. Because you have too many fires that he has to put out. You have too much trouble. Thank you, Raymo. You are too much trouble for him. You have too much chaos going on. Every time he fixes something, you break it. And many of you do this on purpose because you just like to see him run around and solve your problems. Because you're irresponsible with your life. You're irresponsible with your decisions. You want somebody to come problem solve for you, but you're like a little bad kid. Y'all running around here a bunch of Dennis the Menaces. Some of y'all young don't know who Dennis the Menace is. Dennis the Menace was a bad little palm colored boy on TV. You got baby daddies over here. Family drama over here. You broke. You're struggling. You're black. You're ugly. Okay? Then you turn around and you got a bunch of personal issues. You got low self-esteem. Low self-worth. You depressed. You're melancholy all the time. You're mad all the time. You got unresolved childhood issues with your mama. You got daddy issues. You got bad situations with your kids. They don't like you. You can't get along with your baby daddies. You're always arguing with them. You're always falling out with your friends. Y'all, listen. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Boop! That's why you can't get chosen. That's why you're not qualified to be a pick-me in the first place. Because you don't give up proper time. You do not return on investments of toll. You got so many issues that he got to deal with. They are insurmountable. Let me wrench you up. Content creators get a wrench. They are insurmountable. Thank you, Spook Freeman said, pure feminine energy is a knockout blow to a decent, upstanding fella. Very difficult to ignore. Dudes will often make excuses to be mere said women. In many instances, very subconscious. Yes. You got so many problems that why would I spend, a man is thinking, why would I spend my time, more of my toll? Time is a non-renewable resource. At minimum, money can be made again, but time can't be got back. So I done spent 6 months, a year, year and a half, however long, with you, trying to put the fires out that you have set in your own life. Then you will turn around when I'm putting out these fires using my, dynamic problem solving skills as a man. Because if you had any problem solving skills, you wouldn't have these problems to begin with. Boop. Then I'm doing all of this and you got the nerve to have a smart mouth. You got the nerve to tell me I'm grown. You ain't none of my daddy. You ain't none of my daddy. Oh. I am your daddy as long as I'm solving your problems like a little kid and giving you money like a little kid. Boop, I am your daddy. Thank you, Book of Ronan said no vacancies for the Femininity Frigid. We rebuke the foul wiglets. I'm done. How you gonna say foul wiglets? Last but not least, and I spoke about this before, let's take a look at the chart one more time. The threat. The threat. Threat is tied to protection. Women can protect men. Women can protect men. I'm going to let y'all know how women protect men from their own threat. Before I get into that, I'm going to ask a question of someone in the chat because this will be a teachable moment. Aisha, are you Muslim by any chance? I want to know. Because you mentioned something about the Quran earlier. So I am making sure. Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. Okay. So since we Muslim, we can't buy into feminist logic because Islam denounces that thinking completely. There is nothing in Islam, nothing in the Quran, nothing in the Sunnah of the Prophet, peace be upon him, that allows feminist thinking. There's nothing that allows misandrist thinking. Nothing. Black Muslim men from around this country want good Muslim women no matter what color they come in. Be they dark as night or bright white. Good Muslim men want good women. So if we must be careful as Muslims to not carry colorist thinking, feminist thinking, gynocratic thinking, misandrist thinking, and all of taking on these various ideals that are completely contrary to Allah and His Rasul. That's it. And the reminders are good for the believers. وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Thank you, Spook Freeman said, gotta get a return on investment. Exactly. So now, threat. Women can protect men. From her threat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know how women can protect men from her inherent threat. Put a 1 in the chat for me. Thank you, Eric. Said, Kendra, your last 2 streams have answered so many questions about my ex that it's startling, especially the constant solving problems she caused. Exactly. And I thank you so much, Eric. Before I get into that, I was speaking to a Muslim sister, but that was not to exclude non-Muslims from this conversation at all, because most of us are on one accord here. Now, I don't mind some dissenting views. I don't need an echo chamber to know that I'm right. But whenever I address Islamic things directly or Muslims directly, that is not meant to ostracize or exclude non-Muslims or in any way cast some type of aspersion on anyone else. Okay? So I just want that to be out there. However, the one thing that women can do to protect men from her threat is to remove her threat from him. We have to acknowledge that as women in a gynocratic society that we live in right now, we are threats to him. All right? Islamic questions will have to wait. It's a sidebar. She has to remove the threat. The first thing is she has to acknowledge she is one. Whether she's a lioness or a gynocrat, she has to acknowledge that a threat has been handed to her, whether she uses it or not. Me Too is something that any woman can use. Right? Divorce court and dragging a man through all of that is something any woman in this country can use. It is a threat. It is a real threat. In the black community or our ethnic outposts, we like to call people and do violence by proxy, or we like to be the ones that are violent. I'm going to call my brother on you. She'll call somebody on you. if she's mad. She'll call the Romans on you if she's mad. Or she's the one that's being violent and abusive towards you. Okay? She's a threat. She has to remove the threat. She has to present herself as non-threatening in a very tangible sense to him. So for instance, let's say he's willing to marry you. He's got some money, something like that. He's willing to marry you on paper, but he wants you to sign a prenup. If she squawks about signing a prenup that's there to protect him, did she remove her threat or did she keep a threat on the table? If he presents, well, I'll marry you on paper, but here is some prenups and some other paperwork that is needed, and she squawks at the prenup, did she remove her threat or did she keep it on the table? She kept it on the table. Because, see, that's a gun at his head. At some point in time, I got you. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. He shot me down. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, he hit the ground, bang, bang, that awful sound, bang, bang. I used to shoot him down. Bang, bang. Kept the threat. I mean, why we gotta have a prenup? You don't trust me? No. Trust but verify. Tell you a short story. One of the prophet's companions, thank you, Watts Skinner. One of the prophet's companions arrived where he was at, pulled up on the camel, didn't tie the camel, came and sat down. Prophet said, ain't you gonna tie the camel? He said, nah, I trust in Allah that the camel not gonna go nowhere. Prophet said, trust in Allah is fine. Tie your camel. Did we get the lesson out of that? Did we get the lesson out of that? Trust is fine. Tie your camel. As a woman, you have to be able to and willing, because we're able, all of us are able to remove the threat, but we have to be willing to remove it. That's the key. We have to be willing to remove the threat off the table. To let him know that it is safe to deal with me. See, I took my fangs out. Threw them away. They're gone. Because every woman has fangs. Every woman, given the way the society is set up, whether she wants to or not, is able to ruin a man very easily. Couple of phone calls, couple of well-placed text messages. I could do anything to you. And the environment, the institution of policies, because see, it's culturally acceptable for me to do anything to you. Me too. That's a socially acceptable movement. That's culture. It's now in the culture that a woman can do anything to a man, and he very rarely has even the legal right to defend himself against anything that a woman does. That's an ultimate threat. And then not only culturally, but environmentally, the threat is upheld in institutions of law, court, academia, because I can go to a family court, a divorce court, and ruin you. I can take your children. I can torment you for years after this marriage is over. Women know that in this country. You're under a rock. You ain't under a rock. You just straight capping if you sit here and say, I ain't no threat. Boop, stop capping. You a whole threat. Everything about you is a threat. You got to move that off of the table by doing the things that he needs done that assures him that you are not a threat. For instance, when I was married to my late husband, when I first got married to him, he wanted to marry me by the state. He didn't mind that. He said, we can go down to Justice of the Peace, we go get married, all this kind of stuff. I said, well, that would be nice. However, I have defaulted student loans and all this other kind of stuff, like I'm in debt. Okay? That was part of my trouble. All right, that was part of the trouble that I brought to him. Thank you, Zion the Don. Thank you so much. That was part of my trouble. I brought debt. It was defaulted. It could have been a threat to him had we married legally. I didn't have any money to pay that off. I didn't have a job. I was real bad off in certain areas financially. I couldn't do nothing with that debt. Had he married me, the state of Illinois is shared debt state. So had he married me on paper, guess who gets that debt? Guess who is now responsible for my student debt that I accrued prior to meeting him? He becomes responsible. But who said he needs to pay that? He married me to take care of me, not all of that. So I removed the threat of ruining him financially by not getting married legally. This removes several different threats. I can't now divorce him through the court system and sick the Romans on him to get him for whatever he might have accumulated during the marriage. Can't do that. This is one of the ways that I personally remove threat, because I don't actually happen to agree with state-sanctioned marriages anyway. That's just my personal, I don't agree with that. So one of the things that I do is say, okay, if we're going to get married, we don't have to do that by the state. I get married Islamically, which automatically removes the threat because I don't even have the right to really divorce him. The marriage say so for divorce, and the marriage itself lies with him. I don't have that power. So I actually strip myself of the power. I give the leverage away. I don't have that. It doesn't matter if he's a rich man or poor man or in the middle man. Without that paper, in many, many states, in many cases, without that paper that says I'm his wife, I'm not his wife. If he leaves me, he doesn't owe me. If we have children and he leaves me, I give them to him so that they are not a threat either. Yes, Rael. In Islam, we have to ask our husbands for permission to divorce him. Only in extreme cases can we go above his head and go to like an Islamic judge and get our marriage dissolved. But we have to be able to prove either abuse, neglect. We got to prove he's not Muslim no more or something like that. It's got to be something like that. So the issue of divorce and marriage, the threat is taken away. Because I agree to take the threat off the table. If we have children, they belong to you. This is one of the main benefits of having the 10 life values in place, starting with spiritual value. Because me taking the threat off the table is really rooted in my spiritual value. I live by principles. I live by the principles of Islam. I agree to them. Islam takes women's threat away from men by Islamic law. So Islamically, a woman's threat is that big. She would have to go well out of her way to be a threat to him. Okay? Aisha, we covered that. Muslim women, it's difficult for Muslim women to get divorces. We have to prove. We cannot do talaq. We have to do khula. Or go to a qadi, go to a Muslim judge and get the marriage dissolved. But we have to prove that there's something going on. See, in Islam, there's no such thing as no fault divorce. Can't just get divorced because you're tired of them. threat removed. If you are not Muslim, that's fine. It's still important to have spiritual value and something that you live by, your principles, the code that you live by, your spiritual house in order, so that you know how to and you are willing to remove the threat off the table. Thank you, Eugene Steele. One who brings a threat to a marriage or relationship sounds like one of the traits of the modern woman or genetically modified female. Shout out to Danica for genetically modified. Yeah. So, again, even if you are not Muslim, I'm not saying you got to be Muslim in order to remove the threat. I'm not saying that. You do have to be aware and acknowledge your threat in this society as a woman because you carry it. Whether you want to or not, you carry it. So you have to prove to him during the time that you are not a threat by not being threatening to him, not bringing threats to him, not exposing him to things that may harm him, whether those things be concrete, physical, financial, mental, emotional, in any category. It is absolutely necessary to remove the threat. If you do not take them threats off the table, you can't be chosen. He'll stop. Even if you go through time, toil, and trouble, if you can't remove the threat, that's why you spend 10 years in that relationship, he won't marry you. He'll live with you. He'll have sex with you. He'll pay for you, but he won't choose you because you're a threat. So you want to be a pick-me, but you're just not qualified. See? See how that works? You want to be chosen. You want to be chosen. You wouldn't call in the Kevin Samuels if you didn't. If you didn't want to be. You do. You just not qualified. That's why you lash out at so-called pick-me's, because you're upset that these women have done what you refuse to do, what your value system does not allow. And this is why being a feminist and a gynocrat is so damaging, because your value system is so backwards, it does not allow you to be a good companion so that he can think about someone to love, family, and legacy. It does not allow you to return on the investment of his toll, all right? By becoming an asset, by submitting underneath his leadership, system, order, and structure. You can't do it. Your value system doesn't allow. I just did a show about that. Why black women won't ever submit is because your value system does not allow you to submit. Your value system does not allow you to have as little trouble as you possibly can. You create more trouble just to see them run around and try to solve it. Just to say to your girls, you got a do boy. And last but not least, you refuse to remove the inherent threats that you come with by doing anything that actually removes those threats, that bar the way for marriage. This is why being a feminist and a gynocrat makes you lonely. Because your value system is messed up. You can't even be women. You can't do it. Because this is what women do. Women get chose all day, every day. Real women stay getting chose. Real women stay getting chose. We stay getting picked. Because we do the things that make a man pick and not pass over you like 3-day-old potato salad. It's just been sitting out, it's warm. Don't nobody want that potato salad. The potatoes ain't cooked all the way through. That's the worst thing in the world. Get a spoonful of potato salad and the potato is crunchy kind of. Right? You're jealous of pick-me's. That's why you try to call yourself talking about us. Even a so-called pick-me that's single, she will be able to be picked. She's just in the interim. She'll get one. Because she knows how to be a good partner for time. She understands how to come to order. She understands submission to leadership, system, order, and structure. She understands how to return on his investment. She understands how to become peaceful by allowing the problems that she comes with to be resolved once and for all, because those problems stop her from being a good helpmate to him, and she wants to be a helpmate to him. She wants to be supportive to him. She wants to be a good wife. But there may be impediments to that she's looking to get rid of, and she needs a structure in order to help her do this, so that she can actually become an asset to him, and she removes the threats off the table because she actually wants him. So I just wanted to come by today and drop this on you. All y'all want to be pick-me's. I ain't trying to hear all of that. Lies. Lies you tell. I'm happy being single. So what you call in to get a man for? What you do that for? Stop lying on your biology. Stop lying on your female nature. We want men and we want them to do stuff for us, and we want to be in a position where they will do it. But that gynocratic brain you got don't let you do that. Just face facts. And then make changes after those facts are faced. Right? Right. So, if you really want to be a benefit to your man, you will help him join the A Game family. All right? So, A Game is a natural male herbal solution. 21 awesome herbs in it. No artificial ingredients, nothing that makes him feel bad, have side effects, make him crash, and all of that type of stuff, like those Red Bulls and 5-hour energies and all of that type of stuff. This actually provides 3 days worth of energy because it is something that helps him to do so naturally. So it increases his vitality, his energy, and his strength, and his libido. So ladies, you get a little treat too. So if you want to join the A Game family, all you have to do is go into the description box, click the link for A Game at agameherbal.com, and you can get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10 at checkout, and that is how you become part of the A Game family. All right. So I want to thank everybody for coming through. Thank everyone for their generous super chats. I want to thank everyone for their generous cash apps. Thank you, Moku Maze. And for the conversation. Just thank everyone for coming through. Really appreciate it. I want everyone to have a great rest of their day. I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.